Hello, Bucs fans. Welcome back to Real Bucs Talk. In today's video, we're going to talk about tight end Cade Otton. He is tight end one, in my opinion. I think he's just a very underrated player for this Buccaneers offense and probably should have seen a lot more action, especially early on in this game. And as we run through this play, this is a very well designed play, I thought, and really unique and just creative. When you look at it, you have Cade on here. He's going to go over here and block and get the edge. You're going to have Payne Durham come in motion. He's going to block. And you have Rashad White here setting up. And he is basically, you have a max protection, is what it's called. And then at the same time, you're going to have Tez Johnson run a deep post, and you're going to have a Mecca run a intermediate post. And basically, this is where the ball is going to go. But as we let the play run, again, you can just see how important execution is. And again, just really good execution there. You see the pocket, you got max protection in to protect against the blitz here coming in. Rashad's there to pick him up, and you have a window to throw this football to for Emeka Abuka. And again, just really good execution. You're allowed to get yards after the catch, and that's a nice 24-yard gain. Here's the reverse angle. You can kind of see like how they're setting this up. You got all these guys protecting, you're creating a nice pocket and throwing angle for Baker Mayfield where he can fire this ball into a Mecca. So that is really good stuff there as we continue to roll it on. Again, just right on the money, good execution, and able to get yards after the catch. And it just shows you like how important Cade Otton is in the run game, pass game, all factors. And we're going to get into that, throughout this video. But here's another well-designed play. Basically, they are going to run a bootleg action here. You're going to have a play action fake. You're going to have Cade Otton come in motion here, and he's going to be open in the flat. So you're trying to get the defense to flow one way and go back the other. You see there the play action to Rashad, and then you have all this space to work with for Cade Otton. He's able to get yards, and basically that becomes a running play. You see the reverse angle, you get that defense to pause. You're attacking their linebackers here, getting them to flow downhill. It allows Cade Otton to get space out here to attack, and that's what he does. And this is something I thought the Bucs could have attacked a lot more in this game, especially the Patriots linebackers. But this is just well executed and good job getting Cade out in space. And he's able to get a nice 7-yard gain. And then I really love how they utilized him in different looks. You have 12 personnel here. You had Payne Durham coming around to block, and Cade is going to basically follow Payne and do another block here to create alleyways. So it's a really nice setup. And you can see like how, Payne takes his guy, clears away. Cade Otton's going to get up on 48, do a great job, great effort there by Tristan Wirfs. And then Sean Tucker does the rest by following and getting another long rushing gain. And then this was really nice here by Cade Otton. Again, they're using the wrap. He's going to come around the outside here and really sustain the block. And this was the best run of the day where they had the 18-yard run. Just look at the effort of Cade Otton. Love how he just continues to fight, strain, not holding. He just clears that guy out. Great running by Sean Tucker and ends up getting an 18-yard rushing play. Really good stuff. So as we continue on, and again, yeah, here's some of the plays where I thought they could have really focused in on Cade Otton. So Cade Otton here, again, you're in a 2-by-2 formation. Cade's basically going to take his guy and attack the middle of the field and basically run a nice little dig route here. The problem with this is Baker in his reads is looking at one-on-one matchups. He understands his man coverage across the board. So you got man on man everywhere, and you have the linebacker picking up the running back. So just based off of this, and I think this is where Baker has to improve, especially going forward. You have to understand, like, there's going to be opportunities to know which matchup is going to be your best bet. And I just didn't approve of him. He's kind of locking in on a Buka here. He's expecting him to win this route where he's basically running a whip route. He's going to come back to the outside and try to win that way. My issue with it is you're going up against Christian Gonzalez, who's one of the better corners in this league. Why not attack the weaker matchup? A, Cade Otton over the middle, or B, Rashad White into the flat, where he has the advantage against his linebacker matchup, and you only need a minimal yardage gain here. So there's opportunities to be had, and the decision making by the quarterback, it's got to be a little bit better. You have plenty of time in the pocket. There's nothing to rush here. You can see they're trying to win that whip route to a Mecca and try to get this ball out here in space. But you have all this space right here for Cade Otton, and that's an easy pitch and throw catch, potentially a much bigger gain. It's got to be better, and it just hasn't been good enough. And Emeka, I think, has to be better in his route running, his ability to separate. But at the same time, you don't need to force it against a really good corner in Christian Gonzalez. I don't quite understand why they were trying to attack that matchup so often. You had matchups to be exploited, and that was the Patriots linebackers. You see here, guy on the ground, guy chasing Rashad White, not even close. So there's just opportunities for big plays, and that is something that the Buccaneers missed out on Sunday. So we'll continue on as we move through here. Here was another opportunity. Again, Cade Otton. So you have 2x2, Cade Otton here, and you got, your receivers up top. There's opportunity here to go to Cade Otton again. So here's the route. So basically you have a Mecca running, medium post. You got Cade Otton running an out route. And this was actually well played by this linebacker here. He's reading the eyes of the quarterback and also understanding where Baker is trying to go with this football. So again, I would have loved to see him use a Mecca as a decoy. Now he's reading this as man coverage, so he can't be too hard on him on this. He's expecting that linebacker to flush out of here to open up this passing window. It just doesn't happen. And well, really a great job of the linebacker just reading Baker's eyes. And you can see here, he doesn't kind of fakes going with Cade Otton and ends up just reading the play and almost gets an interception. But you can see, like, because of that, it would have been nice if Baker would have used Emeka as a decoy and then go out to Cade Otton. But again, sometimes you just got to tip your hat to the defense. And this was a really good play by 51. But at the same time, I would still like to see the Bucs understand who this matchup is. Also understand that a lot of the focus is going to be on Emeka. You got to be able to shift your gears and attack the weaker link in the defense, and that was the linebacker. Cade Otton's open. You got a nice chance for an easy catch and pitch. But again, you're lucky it was only incomplete. But the Buccaneers did make adjustments, and now you're going to see how they really start focusing in on Cade Otton. And they do this play. This play here is going to be seen a lot. So basically, you have a Mecca. He's running basically a clear out. He's trying to go downfield, draw the eyes of the safety. You're going to have Cade basically follow and then come back for the football. And they ran this quite often, and we're going to see it become a very key play, but just attacking that void that the Patriots were giving you, and it ends up being a nice play, gets a first down. Like, that's really nice stuff. And then here, love this play. We've seen this before, but basically they're having Cade Otton come out here. He's going to fake like he's setting up a block for a Mecca who's coming back to do the screen pass, and you're going to have Cade, you know, drop out and go down the field. Ends up being a very nice completion on the play. So again, nice fake, and you have all that space to work with, to throw to. This is what I talk about, playing smart football, understanding who you have on the. We'll continue on. This was my favorite play, and I kind of wish the Bucs would have done this on the 3rd and 3, the 4th and 3 that we're going to see later. But you have Cade on here, and he's going to do a great job of basically faking this outside and then coming back across the middle, and it ends up being a big play for 16 yards. And I just love how they operated this. You can see how they did this. Again, you have the vertical route, and you're just attacking the weakness of the Patriots, which is 51. He just couldn't hang with Cade Otton, and all that space to throw to leads them perfectly. Great throw there by Baker. And then we'll continue on here. Yeah, this is the last play. So this was, I believe, the possession before what we just saw. But I love the play design of this. So here's the formation. You got Tej Johnson in the backfield, which I love. They're going to basically wheel him out that way downfield. You got Rachaad White, who's going to come out here into the flat. Cade Otton is going to run a drag, and you have Sterling Shepard, who's going to run another drag. A Mecca, I think, is going to run, I want to say, a deep post or some type of comeback. But this play should have worked, and it was a well executed call and play. I think it was 4th and short, and it should have been a good play. But you stop it right here. Rachaad White has no one on him. So I don't know if Baker was expecting something different, but Sterling Shepard, man, all you got to do is like stop right here and look towards Baker and just stay out of the way. Like, don't try to initiate contact with 15, and you easily get in the way of 15, and Cade Otton's got that space. But at the same time, look at Rachaad White. Rachaad had nobody on him. They had the linebacker playing the quarterback spy, so he didn't pick up Rachaad. I mean, if Baker just reads that pre-snap, I know it's hard to do, but if he gets that, Rachaad probably scores a touchdown. I mean, just look at all this space. At least gets pretty far. I mean, there's a lot of space there to run and make something happen. And unfortunately, you see the flags come in because of the offensive pass interference, and it ends up being negated. But overall, I thought Cade Otton was awesome. I hope we continue to see this moving forward, and he becomes a big-time playmaker for the Buccaneers offense. I think he'll be more free to do more things because of Luke Gedeke being back. He's not going to be asked to chip as much as he has been in previous games. And we saw that. I mean, he was utilized in empty. He was utilized in 12 personnel, 11 personnel. All those things has been a big factor. So let us know what you guys think of this video. Appreciate all the support. Hit that like button. Comment down below your thoughts of Buccaneers tight end Cade Otton, and how do you expect him being utilized moving forward. Love to hear from you guys. And with that said, until the next one.